Good afternoon, evening. What is it? Let's go with evening. Good evening, everybody. It is 8 o'clock, isn't it? So that's probably evening by now. Hopefully, you can all hear me. And the game is making noise in the background, but it's probably a bit on the quiet side. But worry about sorting the volume out when we're actually getting the game. Can you all hear me all right? And can you see the picture okay? And are you good? Are you happy? AV is good, says Derek. Thank you, Derek. Baked Bean Kid, audio and sound fine. I know, but from you, Baked Bean Kid, that might mean I can't hear you talking. Therefore, it's all perfect. Thank you very much. Not saying I can't trust anything you say. Yes. Right, so, Workshop Wednesday! Right, yeah, pink headphones are pink. That's the colours coming through correctly. Workshop Wednesday. So to date, we've got two routes. Swindon Stroud 1950s version 1.2 by Philip, which is a pretty epic route, actually. And it also includes the Highworth branch, although I don't think we're going to be running on the Highworth branch today. And then there's also, for Americans, we've got the Atlantic Bay Terminal, which is actually a shunting puzzle based on the classic Time Saver. And we're running a scenario by JMac2 on that one. Can one of the mods just go and have a quick look for me and tell me who Atlantic Bay Terminal is by? I think it's by Great Northerner, who is also the author of the Springfield route that's available on Steam. Quite a well-known author, and I made notes and just didn't make enough notes. Moggy, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Right, anyway, so we're doing a Steam era route, so I thought, why not drive a diesel? Actually, I picked two scenarios, and the other one turned out to be a bit on the longer side, so anyway, this is the we're going to do this scenario, which is one of Not Silence scenarios. Always like Not Silence scenarios. They're always nice, and they're a decent length. They are not too long. And they've got plenty of content. So if you're looking for a scenario, try and find some Not Silence ones. The ones by Not Silent, they all start with N.S and a number. This is number 259. They are definitely worth a look. Just catching up on the chat. Alison, I'm very good, thank you. Tries to Train Spotter. How are you doing? So, yes, so this is a really interesting route, as you'll see when we get in there. Some beautiful detail on this route. It's been in development for quite some time, actually. And even since I last looked at it, it's enhanced quite a bit. Anyway, reverse to couple up to your wagons in Cirencester Town, North Siding 1. Take your time, no need to rush. So suggested max of 10 miles per hour up until leaving Cirencester. So let's have a look at the route map. This is the route map. So this is Swindon down here. Look at that. Steam 1950s Swindon. This is Swindon. And this is the works, the yard, and my word, look at the state of this. And then you've got the Highworth branch, which is this line up here, which is a fascinating branch line. That's actually quite challenging to drive. There's some fairly steep gradients on there where you can quite happily lose control of your train if you're not careful. Then you've got this line up here, which I remember when it goes to Cheltenham. Stroud. This is Stroud. And then you've got where we are over here at Cirencester Town. And then you've got another Cirencester over here, Cirencester Watermoor, running all the way down there. So there's quite a lot here. Right, anyway, what are we doing? We are going to couple back up to these. Let's put it on this HUD. Very easy to slip it into emergency. Thank you, Rob. That means I'll be in emergency all day, basically. Was that a pannier tank that went past? Let's go and have a look, shall we? Answer yes. Is this fiction or not? This is real. Thought I should come and pay attention to what I'm doing, you know, for a change. Apparently there's 2 wagons in here. Oh yeah, there they are, down here in the bushes. In the bush. Right, let's pick these up. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Having coupled up, forward to beyond the signal at the end of Cirencester Town Depot. Control tab to reverse and couple up in Cirencester Town runaround loop. Still no rush. This implies at some point there will be a rush. Right, we're going to go pull forward and then come back past there. By the way, has everybody seen this? It's pasty time. when artists get creative. Okay, I'm getting the high mate. You should. It's fantastic. Right, want a couple to something in here. I guess it's one of these two. Hey there, David Tribble. Very good, thank you. That's family sized. No, that's just something you can snack on throughout the afternoon. So it's this signal that we're going to be wanting to get past. Game sounds are rather quiet. This is what I was waiting for. Someone to tell me if the game sounds are quiet. How is it now? Get the siphons past the signal. Right, now I need the looks like we have the path back into there. We're cleared to reverse. Oh, that'll be our brake as well. I like how they call it brake, because now I feel like I've got permission to, you know, break it. Harry Heron, it's the Class 35 Hymek that we're driving. Well, there's no water nearby for me to shove it into, Rob, so I'm not sure what else I should do. Right, now you have your complete consist and ground signal clearance. Forward to wait at the signal after going under the bridge. You'll get your green as the section ahead clears at 08:24:33. All brakes are off. Well, training this again. This is a Class 35 Hymek. I mean, everybody should, of course, have the complete collection of the Westerns, the warships, and the Hymeks. Goldsmith! No, I haven't had a look at that. In fact, I will try and have a look at that on this stream next week. Your Dartmouth Steam Railway. It's one I've been meaning to look at and keep forgetting. Feel free to ping me a reminder next week before the stream. You're on my Discord, Golden Goldsmith. Right, we have the signal. Yes, please, Rob. That'd be perfect. You know what? I wonder whether the scenario at this route author would put loads of these down here. Clearly he knew what a lot meant. Sorry. I'll get my coat. Pasty's getting a bit cold. Should we put it back in the oven? Ah, no, get back in the oven. That's it. Warm it up a bit. Hello, get back to the other end. Is 5 working? Ah, look at that. 5 is even working. Your air switch is on the right. Let's have a play, shall we? Headlight, headlight, headlight. Headlight, is it? Instrument lights. Cab light. And nothing. Instrument lights at that one. And I've got Headlights. There's another Q&A tomorrow. You'll find out, Mika the designer. I'm not entirely sure what the plan is on that front. I expect so, but I don't know so. Gentle downhill at the moment as we carry on down the line. We are travelling to Kemble, I think, at the minute. Down here. Going to drop off a wagon, and then we are heading up the line to Stroud, up there. 1.8 miles until we have to do something. We're trying to relax it, Baked Bean Kid, but the difficulty is that there are questions that people want answers to. There are answers that need to be given. So, I don't know. I let Sam worry about that, and I just answer the questions. Stroud sounds like Stroud, and yet in a very different place. Burn up a gentle hill. It's a lovely, pleasant route, this. This is one of the later sections that was added. Originally, last time I remember driving this one, I went from Swindon all the way up to Stroud, up this way. So I've not seen this bit or this bit down here before. The Highworth branch is very good as well. Can you get a happy birthday, Taylor Barker? Well, happy birthday, Taylor Barker. You now need to change the points to allow entry and exit at either end of Campbell Cirencester siding 2. Ka-chung. No, that would be the wrong point to select. Right, we're now routed into the correct place. A little brakey brake. What's this route called? Swindon Stroud version 1.2, or Swindon Stroud 1950s version 1.2. It's by a user called Philip on Steam Workshop. Now it wants me to remove ZDP 730879. This is so that I can move, because I'm going to change ends, so I need to drop the brake van off. I'm guessing that's what that number is. 730874. Is it this brake van then? Hello. What happened there? 730879, there it is. So we drop off the train in the Siren Sister siding 2. Let's get the train in the siding. Oh, see what you mean? Never mind. That's where I wanted to stop anyway. Right. Let's do the uncouply thing. Right, you now need to do a run around via siding 3 and couple back up to your consist. Change the points again, change that one, that'll run us back the other side. Jack, give me a suggestion for what to drive on TSW. What routes have we got? What trains have we got? So just reminding where we are, we're at Campbell, so we've just come off the line, so we're going to reverse round, and I suspect we'll push back, and then we'll be able to drive up this way, up to Stroud. Yeah, going via Campbell platform 2, which is this one here. Right, change that one and change that one so that we're back up for it and couple up. Right, now at the original rear of the consist, change cabs and then reverse onto the main line. Go beyond the signal on the main line and with your green signal proceed back to Campbell Station towards the south. So I'm going to carry on down here, carry on to here, and then we'll pull forward to go into there. Do need to do that. We're going to come out. Oh, I see. That's that one going off to Port Tetbury. Not gonna lie, a little bit concerned about that. Kind of glad I checked. Yeah, I know I put it into emergency. I wanted to stop quickly. Interestingly, I've got the road. So he's got the signal, but I've got the road. He ain't going anywhere. Oh well, let's go. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, don't. Please don't start chuffing. Please don't start chuffing. Is this a long route or not? I don't know what you consider a long route, European. It is a fairly that is a fairly lengthy drive with tons of detail on it. To get past this signal so we get cleared to go forwards. Stephen, yeah, on the workshop streams I just now use the stuff that's on Steam Workshop and the DLC that's available on Steam. I don't use anything that's not on either of those. There he goes. Stop any time. There we go, we've got our light. Patrick, I'm going to do an American shunting route after the switching route. But it is going to be a shorter stream than normal. I've got tons to do tonight, so be a bit over an hour for tonight total. No, not my normal 2 hours. For a change. Okay, there we go. Enjoy your 50 miles per hour trip. Alright then, I will. Shall we celebrate our 50 miles an hour trip? Have a pasty. Stephen Hawley, there's nothing that's not on Steam or Steam Workshop on here. No. there's tons of, because of the 1950s, you also find that there's lots of, one of the things I look for in routes is the operational variety. So what sidings has it got, and so on and so forth. And obviously Swindon is just littered with tons of fun things you can do in Swindon. But there's the different lines. You could go Swindon down to here, you can go up there, and being Great Westerns, all sorts of stock available that's period. Early Western diesels like the high mech Western warship. You've got the steamers, particularly the Riviera in the 50s. I think Riviera in the 50s is one of the required items for this. There are a bunch of scenarios. If you just search for Stroud on Steam Workshop, there's a bunch of scenarios uploaded for this route as well, so it is marked final, which is good. Yeah, I like the Highworth line as well. The scenario that I found for it by Ed Fisk is a little bit long for what I needed to do tonight, but maybe another time. Where's that signal? Green. Ed did a scenario for a GWR route, I know. I think it was more because of the challenge of the Highworth branch itself, actually. No, Cornish pasty should be Cornish pasty. Vegetables and meat. % jam and rice pudding. Oh, I see. Is that like a dessert pasty? I've not even heard of that before. Yeah, meat, veg and potato. See, now that's nice. I like that. This is a pasty chat now. Absolutely. What we got up here? Signal box. Got another steamer sitting over here, waiting for the road. Who's got the road? Get on with it. Wake up, Mr. Signalman. Pasty's gone cold? No, it's fine. Everybody shut the firebox door. Brake now to 35 miles per hour. Continue at full service braking until after the 1 in 60 gradient. Then back to 50. 1 mile out of Stroud, you must brake hard and slow to 15 well before the station. So this is a steep old run down, this is what we're saying. Pete 888 UK, best bet is I can't remember the answer to that question. If you watched the original Q&A, I seem to remember being covered. I think the answer is in launch digital only. News about disc at near the time, I think. I don't know the answer about pre-orders yet, Barlio. Oh, warship. Lovely. Folks, a lot of you are asking questions about TSW2. We're doing a Q&A on TSW2 tomorrow, focusing on the Cologne-Aachen route. If you have any other questions, try and post them on the chat during the session, and Sam will pick out what he's able to. Bearing in mind the chat flies at a fairly large rate of knots, or post them onto the Dovetail forums. But I'm not answering TSW2 questions tonight. I still think we should call our Q&A streams Sam and Matt Hit the Road. But A, I'm not sure many people would get that, and B, there might be copyright problems. Sam and Matt Hit the rails. There you go. Is that LucasArts? Sam hits the buffers. Yeah, I saw the clip. North Yorkshire Moors opens on August 1st. That's excellent. I know someone will be very pleased about that. Still dropping the 1 in 60 at the moment. This is a high mech? Yes, it is indeed. 822 steam. I think my pasty needs to get back in the oven. We've let it get cold again. We've been waffling so much that we've let the pasty get cold. So let's put that back. Letting it get cold, Alison, isn't the end of the world. A cold pasty is still perfectly edible. What you don't want to do is let it get pasty sell by date. Oh dear, so glad I'm not a comedian. So is everybody else. It's a fantastic route, isn't it, Nigel? And you've not even seen. This is only showing you this section here. I mean, Swindon is superb. Maybe we'll have a quick look down in Swindon after this. Just to have a quick look at it. It looks amazing. One in 73 down bubble. But what fuel is in this train? Diesel? I don't know, actually. It's a good question. Fuel that makes bang bang. Yeah, cold tea is horrible. Totally agree. However, if you like a nice brew, right, 4 miles to Stroud. Fuel that goes bang bang, yep. 1 in 69 down bubble. Fairly steep round these parts, no wonder it's asking me to keep an eye on the brakes. I always find that I can't drink tea. I just not have no inclination to drink tea when it's warm like it is at the moment. No inclination whatsoever. I'm always on. I'm normally on water actually, but I haven't actually. For some reason, there's this thing. Well, stack of Iron Brew cans appeared, and I've been probably drinking too many of them. Should drink more water. You know who you are, you bad man. Coal goes warm, warm. And in fact, if you have the blowers on, it goes hot, hot. These are things you need to understand, JP. Put the flamey coals into the boiler. Into the boiler? That probably wouldn't be very good. Into the firebox. Then they go hotty hot. They turn the water into the steamy steam, which makes the puffy puff and the pushy push. You know, steam is easy. Does electric go buzz buzz? So you do know then, JP. Sometimes it does the sparky spark as well. And the hummy hum. Alex, this is Swindon to Stroud 1950s, version 1.2. Oh, we've got another bit of steam hype coming up here. This is how they work. What does a hydraulic motor do? Spinny spin. It spinny spins in the goopy goop to make the other one spinny spin. That's how a fluid coupling works anyway. Right, 2.5 miles. If it goes glugga glug thud thud gronk, then it's probably not going very hard. No, Lex. Am I feeling okay tonight? You can imagine the picture books coming out. I know, they're going to be epic. They'll be bookie books, is what they'll be. with the wordy words and the piggy pigs. I should stop. Here goes Glugger Glug. Matt's been shunting fish wagons at Kingswear again. Or if it goes boomy boom, it's probably Matt driving a steam engine again. It is quite a pleasant one, isn't it? It's quite interesting because I have to keep an eye on the brakes. So it's not just a completely relaxed run. I'm keeping an eye on the brakes and looking at it because this thing's got some fairly steep down, and they do actually have already been warned that there's an upcoming sharp bit of braking required. Forget to fully release the brake, it goes squeak a squeak like a mouse. Yep. Screech a screech. It's fine, mate, being kid. I'm only using about 30%, even on the steepest grades. You can't turn off motion blur on TSW with Xbox One unless you've got a keyboard. If you plug a keyboard in, then you can press Control F2. That'll work. Get a Bluetooth keyboard like that one, or get a USB keyboard and plug that in. Drees, I've got Xbox One and PS4 here, both of which my daughter has stolen, so. Oh, I got my face masks. I've been meaning to get them for a little while and they finally arrived. Check it out. And no prizes. What loco? This host holding loop is it. Should have got the not to be moved one, yeah. I thought I might get the limited patience one. Well, I figure if you're a rail fan, wear it with pride. Bit like I like pink, so I'll wear it with pride. Yeah, I'm going to have a look around and find a nice pink mask. Definitely. Pink with white polka dots or something. 822, I think it's Pixel Shack I got these ones from. Back of the load near the wagons. That's because that's where we started. You see that? I don't think they're in this because we started the other way round. So yeah, it doesn't. And it put it in that way round. Right, are we going the right way? We are going the right way. Welcome to Stroud. Passengers for Stroud shouldn't be on this train. Get off. East Holding Loop. Let's just get it all into the road. Yeah, we'll have a quick look at Swindon next where I come. Hopefully there's a quick drive. Alright, hope you enjoyed this trip. I did. It was very good. So that scenario was not silence NS259 freight from Cirencester via Campbell to Stroud. So let me just switch to the pause screen a minute. That's the one. When I press the right selection of options, and let me just find the route in Quick Drive. Anytime. There it is. I want to go from Swindon Central to... let's go at Highworth. Why not? And on that, we want... you'll be impressed with Swindon. It's an amazing piece of work. Let us find something thingy. That one will do. Just a light loco. I don't want it to be raining. Just a nice clear day in the summer, and let's make it about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Right, I'll switch it back. So the same route. I'm not going to spend much time here. What I did want to do is I felt I couldn't leave this without just showing you Swindon, because it's one of the main feature points on this route. Which, just for a reminder, is Swindon Stroud 1950s version 1.2, of which there are also a bunch of scenarios also on the on Steam Workshop for it. Right, so this is Swindon. All of this is Swindon. Is that enough Swindon for you? No, you want more? Okay, let's carry on. This is Swindon. All this is Swindon. Someone remind me, isn't Steam in this area the museum? I'm sure this is round about here is where Steam is, isn't it? But as you can see, there is absolutely no shortage of things that you can do at all. And then the main line heads up that way. That heads up to Stroud, where we were, eventually. Is that enough track for everybody? It's insane. And as you come down here, you get the sidings. More track. More track. And then it swings off up here, under the bridge, and we're on the Highworth branch now. Oh, I can't move too far away from the loco, can I? So we can't go up the Highworth branch, but the Highworth branch then runs all the way up there and all sorts of things. So there's all sorts of things that you can do on there. But yes, I wanted to make sure you had a look at the Highworth, but the Swindon area before we moved away. So do go and download the route. Go and leave the author a comment. Make some scenarios and share them on Steam Workshop, and then maybe we'll run one of them on another stream. All right, folks. Let me move on to Atlantic Bay Terminal. For something entirely different. This is a fictional route. The scenario I'm running is by JMac. It's called Atlantic Bay Yard 03 Marshall. Right. So, the crux of this route is this. Now, if you look up shunting puzzles, you'll see that the common shunting puzzle that's very well known and respected is the Time Saver. There's others like Inglenook, which are also very good, but this is based on the Time Saver shunting puzzle. And then there's also, oops, I think another Time Saver over here. So there's two different bits. And shunting puzzles are really interesting because you've got to try and find your way to navigate around the yard and using the various loops to try and change your way around. This route, Atlantic Bay Terminal, if I remember rightly, is by Great Northerner. Again, you can get this one on Steam, and the scenario is by JMac 2. And it's just a simple marshal instruction, and basically it's just from where you are, find these 4 wagons and bring them over to this siding. And it's kind of up to you how you do it. So the first thing we're going to do is find these wagons. So let's have a wander. So it wants me to find A7556. Now these ones don't appear. Oops, hello. These ones don't appear to have running numbers on them, so they're probably not where I want to go. I saw another wagons. There's more wagons over here. 112460 and 112469. That's these two. So we'll need these two flat cars with the pipes. And over here, I think I saw. Did I see one over? Oh, here it is. This is 7556. Oh, there it is. So this is one of the cars that we need. So we need this one, and we need those two. So we somehow got to get those two cars out, and those 3 cars out, and somewhere around here there should be a 202387. So we'll quick look on the map and see what we can find. There's one over here. So there's one more wagon, car, which is this one over here. So it's kind of back here, heading down this. Yeah, here it is. Look, here it is. So this one is 202387, which is on our list over here. So we need this car as well. So let us go back first. And so if I pull back to here, pull forward and pull back here, up to there, couple to that, pull forwards, back and couple to those two, that will get us the first bit. Right, so first of all then let's head back to here. If you want to play this sort of scenario and do this sort of thing with the bell running the entire time, I would invite you to engage in that level of realism. However, I would like my sanity. Right, let's get rid of that. I think we have a rough plan of what we want to do now. So we're going to come past this switch here and then come forward and come back down here. Right, so we will change that switch. Blue line carries on up that way and it goes around there. So we'll clear through those switches. So let's go forward. You want the bing bongs, do you, JP? Remember, I gave a tutorial, I think, last week about how you can change locos out. So if you find a scenario like this that you think, oh, this is quite a good scenario, I'd rather it was with an SW1500 or the consolidation, you can just swap the locos in and you'll still then be able to do the scenario. So, Jan Crozer, that's actually a really interesting point, and I would like to see the martial instruction as well. The problem, the challenge, the opportunity is that the martial instruction requires the player to solve it themselves, which sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? The problem with that is that, actually I'm going to go and get this car first, because there won't be enough room otherwise, so let's go and get this car, and then we'll go and get those two. The problem is that the AI would also need to be able to solve it, because the way that Train Sim World works is that anything you can tell the player to do, you should be able to, the AI should be able to do as well. Now, trying to design an AI that will solve shunting switch puzzles is a different level of problem. Not necessarily impossible, but different level. Alright, come in here, over the crossover. This is a made-up place, Sean. If you look up the Time Saver Shunting puzzle, you'll see that this track layout actually is inspired very heavily from the Time Saver Shunting puzzle. It's just that then the author has added extra tracks and added the industries around it to give it sort of a sense of place. Right, let's go ahead and couple to that car. It's some additional logic. Actually, it's a huge amount of additional logic. We have our freight car number 1. Good night, only me. What trying my driving sketches out, and this is an SD40-2. It's actually quite an old model, this one. You can tell because of the plain black. It's effectively an unbranded Norfolk Southern. Right, so we're now clear. Good job we didn't try and bring any other cars up here. We'd have got a bit unstuck. Let's head to that marker out there. No, I didn't have the opportunity to go and see Neo-Wise, I'm afraid. Right, let's put the brakes on and stop. Right, so we need to come back to there, and then we can pull forward and get those two. That's a potential option, PJan. The other option is to simply say that you can never do this kind of thing in service mode, but you could create scenarios with it, and then you wouldn't need to give the AI that ability. I don't like that. I like the idea of having free gameplay in service mode as well, but there are lots of options. Right, so now I need to switch that road so that I can go up to there. Let's go and get our next two cars. This is not the hardest of shunting puzzles, but you still got to think about it a little bit. I do nothing but think about things like that, PJ. Get these freight cars. And pull back. Right, so we need one more, which is this one. So when we come out here, we just need to set our junctions for that, and then we'll pull back into siding Marshall. Which I can do from there, which is good. Nigel, you got it working, did you? That's good. It's amazing how much more you can get out of one scenario if you can just change the loco and try it with different locos. Right. See, we only just fit in the siding with the 3. It's a bit on the snug side. So let's move that over there. Blue line is now taking us to the tank car that we need. See you later, Bo. Just a reminder, this is the Atlantic Bay Terminal route by, I believe, Great Northerner. And the scenario I'm running is called Atlantic Bay Yard 03 Marshall. And it's by JMac2. Both on Steam Workshop. Again, Atlantic Bay Terminal is flagged up as final, which means there are scenarios now being uploaded. And another really good scenario author, JB Freed, who has done all sorts of scenarios as well, has done some more scenarios for this route as well. So yeah, there's a good few to pick from and plenty of opportunity to make your own. If you Google the time saver shunting puzzle, you can see some examples of it and have a go at creating those examples yourself, and just use the Marshall instruction, you know, to say put that wagon, spot that wagon there, spot that wagon there, and spot that wagon there, and then just let the player get on with figuring it out. So the limitation on that one at the moment, Jan Crocer, is the anything which allows the player to do it will also allow the AI to do it, which means you'd suddenly have MP15 DCs turning up in places that an MP15 DC shouldn't turn up. In fact, if you want to practice a bit of route building in the TS2020 route editor, building a shunting puzzle is actually a really interesting first thing to do. Because it's small, you can make it work, you can have some fun with it. Which means it's because of its size and simplicity, you can finish it, you know, easy. Right, so let us now set our path to take into the marshalling siding, which is this one. Although what I'm going to do, just because, you know, if you're going to do a job, do it properly. Well, they're all things that can be worked through in the fullness of time, which is what's cool about it. Right, so I'm going to park up as long as I clear the switch. I have to see whether it fits. They might do. Yes, that's basically what's needed to be done, but it's not there at the moment, so. Yes, we're well clear. Right. Let us uncouple. Right, we need to change that one. That one. That one. Oh, I need that. Pull past here. I'm basically running around them so that I can push them back into the into that siding. Otherwise the loco gets stuck, and that's just unprofessional. Check the blue line is going where we want it to go. We're now clear. We can couple up and push back. But yeah, I've got to get the loco out, so you have to do this. The low bridge is quite interesting because it adds another dimension to the shunting puzzle as well, Sean. Imagine, if you will, that there's an auto rack somewhere in the yard and it wants you to couple to shunt together or switch together some wagons from this side, some wagons from the other yard, but the low bridge means you can't bring some of those wagons. Ouch. You can't bring some of those wagons over between the two, so you need to sort them all out on this side and bring them across. It adds an interesting dimension. I mean, in reality, in the game, there's nothing to stop you just going ahead and driving through the bridge. It won't stop you, but depends whether you want to have fun. No, that's fine, Sean. I get easily distracted. By anything, just about. Right, we've almost got the freight cars into siding Marshall. You should get fresh ones, D. Gaffney. They're softer. Right, once we've stopped, we should get, we got our tick, so we've completed the Marshall instruction. Now we've just got to get ourselves to the refueling shed, which is up that one, which is there. Was I employed in the railway industry before games dev? No. No, I'm a software engineer and I used to work in online banking security and in call centre telecom software solutions providers. Sort of a grand name for it, but playing with phones is what I used to call it. Right. pull over into the refueling siding. And that's it. Job done. The red bar is ticking along. Turn the headlights off. Put it in neutral. Yeah, I've just developed in most programming languages. C# is my favourite. It's a hobby now. Yes, Baked Bean Kid, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It made me even better that I knew you were watching. So thank you for joining us, Baked Bean Kid. Nice work. See? This route is Atlantic Bay Terminal, Jamie, and you can get it on Steam Workshop. And the scenario is Atlantic Bay Yard 03 Marshall by JMac2. And you can get that one on Steam Workshop as well. That's fine. And then just a reminder that before that we looked at the Swindon Stroud 1950s version 1.2 by Philip. And we played the Not Silence NS259 Freight from Cirencester via Campbeltown to Stroud scenario. And both routes are marked final, so there are a number of scenarios you can download for them on Steam Workshop. Yeah, go download them, have fun and enjoy. There's some really good stuff you can do with them. This one you can get really creative with, just because it's your shunting puzzle. You don't have to think about long journeys. You can just plonk some wagons down and say move them like this, and then spend a couple of hours of absolutely delightful fun moving wagons around. So as recommended by Baked Bean Kid there. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for joining me, folks. That's all I've got time for tonight. Yeah, go and enjoy Steam Workshop. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.